What's up, everybody? It's Barrett. So today I wanted to briefly just bring up this topic of Sabbath. I mean, it's one of the spiritual disciplines that so few people actually practice. And we had like a day off for the longest time, but we never were really intentional about Sabbath. And we started about a year ago. We read a couple books kind of all about it, and it was just fascinating. And for the longest time, we were like, you know what, we really should try to do this. And so we started implementing this teaching of a Sabbath, a 24-hour blocked off period of time, not chunked out throughout the week, but a 24-hour period of time where you do no work, not paid work, not unpaid work, no chores, no cooking, no any of that. You cook and prepare the meals the day before, and you set aside a specific protected 24-hour block of time, and the best you can, you do it the same time every week. Now, throughout the seasons, we've had to change it up, change the day, just depending on the season. But we don't just do like, a different day every week. We try to get into a cadence, into a rhythm that's life-giving. And there's so much teaching about it, and I don't have time for like developing a whole thing right now for you guys, but we'll do more videos on it, and if you got questions, you can for sure ask them. There's a whole course on it in LCA for life-giving rhythms, if you're interested in that. But overall, the idea of Sabbath is that the Lord created it for us, that we wouldn't be a slave to it, and we wouldn't be a slave to like the semantics of it, and of like some people get caught up on what day specifically it's supposed to be and all of that. But it wasn't the day specifically, what specific day was holy. It was the fact that God said to do it, and it's for you, and Jesus made that clear in the New Testament. It's for you. It's to refresh you and to give you rest and to give you peace and to give you delight and to give you joy and to give you connection with God and connection with the ones you love. And so that's really what a Sabbath is. And what you start to realize when you start to practice Sabbath is that you not only rest from work on that seventh day, but you also find that as you go back to work, you start to work from rest. You're rejuvenated. You start fresh. You start clean. You are exuberant again. You're passionate again. You are refreshed. But without it, we just don't have this rhythm. Our rhythm begins to be work, vacation. Work, vacation. And even we get back from vacations and say, oh, I feel like I need a vacation from my vacation. You ever said that? Well, it's just the way that rhythm works, and it's not how God designed it. Vacation's great, but the Lord designed the weekly and monthly and yearly rhythm to be work 6 days, rest. Work 6 days, rest. And your daily life and lifestyle begins to be a lot more peaceful and restful and delightful. And so the challenge to you guys today is pick a day in the week that you could make this happen, that you could at least try to make this happen, that you could try it out for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and see what the Lord does. So pick Saturday, pick Friday night to Saturday night, whatever. Right now for Jessica and I in our season, it's Tuesday nights to Wednesday nights. That's just what works in our schedule. And we prepare all the meals for Wednesday. We do Tuesday night dinner, we do Wednesday morning breakfast, we do Wednesday afternoon lunch, we do Wednesday night dinner, and we prepare all those ahead of time. We do chores, we clean the kitchen, we have everything ready, and then we do the Sabbath. And it's a total celebration because it's just so much fun and relaxing. And then it's protected, so it's like, what types of things will you definitely not do on the Sabbath, and what types of things will you for sure do? Because they give you rest and delight and connection. So some of the things, for instance, and you got to make this specific to you and your family and friends and all that, but some of the things you won't do is like work, chores. We set a no screens rule, so we don't watch any TV, no social media, any of that. We do, and some of the things that we do are like naps, hikes, reading books, just conversations, diving deep into conversation, asking each other questions, going on walks together, hanging out with friends maybe. We do call family sometimes using the phone. So there, we use the phone for some things, but no just scrolling, no researching things, all of that. So those are a couple of the things that we do on the Sabbath and how we do it, and it's just so life-giving. So I hope that you guys try this out. I would love for all of you to try this out, for more and more people to experience what the Lord had planned for the Sabbath, because it's just so rich. So the last thing is that it brings, the focus is more connectedness with God and more connectedness with each other. So it's the two main covenants in your life. And that's one of the reasons that it's that we're so tired and irate and frustrated and just depleted on a regular basis, because we don't have that type of a rhythm, and so we're not really connecting where we should, and we don't have that rest, and we have our priorities messed up. So we treat work like it's a covenant, but honestly, if you lost your job, you could get another one. You don't want to lose your family. You don't want to lose your connection with God. And so those are the two main covenants in God's heart. I wrote I've told you about my book, 5 Powerful Ways to Structure Your Life for Blessing. Well, one of the main chapters in there is about covenant and the two main covenants, and then the 4 covenants that we sort of put in front of that, and why those are all messed up, and how when you recalibrate your priorities towards these 2 covenants, there's so much blessing that comes through it. And so the link to the free resources is below. The first chapter is for free in there, but you can also buy the ebook. That link is below as well if you're interested in that. And so that's kind of the big idea, is that we're recalibrating our priorities, recalibrating our focus, recalibrating the fact that we trust God enough to say, you know what? It's not me who makes the world go round, it's you. And I believe that so much that I'm gonna change my behavior and prove that with my calendar. I'm gonna prove that with my schedule. I'm gonna prove that by giving you this Sabbath day and saying, I trust that my business is gonna be okay. I trust that my relationships are gonna be okay. I trust that my life is gonna be okay. That you're giving up the idea that we feel like we have to be self-made, self-achieve, and control every little thing so that we can just get by. But instead, we're relinquishing that, giving that to the Lord, and there's this incredible peace, and that whole thing diffuses. There's so much that happens through Sabbath. So I hope you guys will try it out. Make those 2 lists, what you for sure will not do, and some of the things that you will do, things that bring you delight and connection with God and family, brings joy, bring refreshment. So make those lists, set the time aside, make it intentional, make it disciplined, and you will reap the benefit of it. Awesome. We'll chat soon. Love you guys so much. Peace out.